Ripple XRP gets approval from the Dubai Financial Authority for crypto payments. This is huge for XRP. And BlackRock's Buidl fund hits $1 billion in market cap. Larry Fink is not playing around. And Senator Hagerty's stablecoin bill gets the green light to be voted on the Senate floor. This is massive. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, big news around XRP. So Ripple XRP receives approval from the Dubai Financial Services Authority to provide crypto payments and services in the UAE. So the XRP haters are in disbelief right now. But guys, we're not emotional about these assets. We invest in them. We are looking to make a return, and we take our bets on the projects and the coins we think that are going to do well. So we don't have time for nonsense and tribalism. That is low IQ activity. But we want to do our research and educate ourselves and look at the moves and the approvals that are coming from the government and different authorities around the globe. So this is big. Ripple tweeted out about it. They said Ripple has secured regulatory approval from the Dubai Financial Services Authority, making us the first blockchain payments provider licensed in the DIFC. This milestone unlocks fully regulated cross-border crypto payments in the UAE, bringing faster, cheaper, and more transparent transactions to a $40 billion market. Huge news here for Ripple and XRP, guys. And Ripple continues to expand their network globally with banks and financial institutions. They're getting the licenses, and you know XRP is going to be used in different ways. Now, XRP will not be used in every aspect. I want to make sure I'm transparent because sometimes people hype things up too much and they're not realistic, right? Not every company and every jurisdiction, every region is going to use the XRP ledger, but a good amount will, and they're going to use Ripple's stablecoin, RLUSD, and much more. Overall, great news. Now, just this week, I reported about Franklin Templeton, the trillion-dollar asset manager on Wall Street, filing for both an XRP and Solana ETF. And I had tweeted out, and I also mentioned in the podcast, that I believe BlackRock is right around the corner. Larry Fink is not going to sit on his hands and let his competitors beat him to these assets. And we talked about how BlackRock's ETFs have been getting the majority of the inflows because BlackRock is the world's largest wealth manager, and they have the brand and much more, so they're going to attract more capital. So Larry Fink is not going to lose this race when it comes to these altcoin ETFs. Well, Nate Geraci, president of the ETF store, I've had him on the podcast many times, he said, "I'm ready to log a formal prediction. BlackRock will file for both Solana and XRP ETFs. Solana could be any day. Think XRP once the SEC lawsuit is concluded." So even the ETF experts recognize what's on the horizon. He also said BlackRock is currently the leader by assets in both Bitcoin and Ether ETFs. I simply don't see them allowing competitors to come in and launch ETFs on 2 of the top 5 non-stablecoin crypto assets without any sort of fight. I also believe BlackRock will file for crypto index ETFs, by the way. So we've been talking about this on the podcast, guys, but it's great to hear from TradFi ETF experts. Nate is not a crypto guy where you can say, oh, he's biased. No, the man has been in the ETF business before crypto. So you're seeing these TradFi experts saying, yeah, we see BlackRock doing this. And I think it makes sense, right? This is common sense and it's game theory, and competition's heating up. No one is going to get left behind here. So guys, just be patient, and you have to stomach the volatility, which is what I keep telling you guys about. Have the macro perspective. Don't invest with your emotions, because when the price is down, you're going to feel defeated, but you cannot. You got to look at the data, and which I've been sharing with you guys in my newsletter, on the podcast, to help you navigate these markets. Now, speaking of BlackRock, guys, BlackRock's Buidl fund hits $1 billion market cap. Less than 1 year after launch, BlackRock's tokenized treasury fund has reached $1 billion and is now the largest tokenized RWA. Folks, you see what's happening here? And remember, they launched on Ethereum and they've expanded to other blockchains as well. So Larry Fink is not playing around. When he told you guys that tokenization is the future of finance, he wasn't playing around. Now, when I see things like this, the world's wealthiest asset manager building these things and launching them, and they're growing and they're attracting all this capital less than 1 year, guys. I am so bullish. And I am taking my position and I am not worried about the price. Don't get me wrong. I care about my portfolio. I'm here to make money. I've said that over the years, but I understand there's a road, there's a path to those gains to make that money. And markets move in cycles. And we have to understand these cycles and educate ourselves and not be emotional about the market, guys. So this is incredible news. I mean, you should read this and be like, holy crap. I need to make sure I'm fully educated about what the hell is happening here. I'm positioned well. I'm not panicking, and I have some sort of strategy and cash out plan, because all of these things are going to lead to higher prices, guys. Incredible stuff. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer one enterprise blockchains out there. They're working with many enterprises and companies globally to build Web3 technology and sustainability projects. Some of the great features of the VeChain blockchain includes it's secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. Now, I've been a VET token holder since 2018. I'm very bullish on this project. That's why I invested in them years ago. And they're working with big enterprises such as Givenchy, Walmart China, BMW, PwC, that's a top 4 accounting firm, even Boston Consulting Group. So VeChain is doing some amazing things. So if you'd like to learn more, guys, go to vechain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, folks, this is huge. Senator Hagerty's stablecoin bill, which is named the Geniss Act, has been advanced out of the banking GOP committee to be voted on the Senate floor. And guys, it got bipartisan support. 5 Democrats voted in favor for this. There's a few takeaways here. One, stablecoin and crypto legislation will be passed this year. In my opinion, we are seeing advances, and it's a top priority for many of the folks in Congress now following the election. Obviously, the entire government, for the most part, is pro-crypto. And 2, guys, there's a level of urgency for stablecoins because it has geopolitical implications, because one way of strengthening the US dollar, which is the world's reserve currency, is enabling the ability for more US dollar stablecoins to be issued. And if you allow companies to be able to do this the right way and they get the green light, like, for example, we saw Bank of America's CEO just a couple of weeks ago. The man said, once legislation is passed, we're going to launch our own stablecoin. So the US government wants that because, remember, these stablecoins, part of the reserves are US treasuries. What have we been seeing from the macro perspective is that China is no longer holding as much US treasuries as it has been in the past. That number is on the decline. But you look at the stablecoin issuers and that number's on the incline. So this is a big factor in preserving the world reserve currency status, especially when you have BRICS nations trying to do their own thing and trying to bypass the US dollar. So, of course, Democrats are going to be on board because this is no longer about a political play, but rather keeping the US's dominance. So I hope you understand the layers to this stablecoin cake, so to speak. It's incredible what's happening, guys. So Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business, she reported on this saying the banking GOP has advanced Senator Hagerty's Geniss Act out of the committee with 5 Democrats voting in favor. It can now go to the full Senate for a floor vote. You heard Democrats say in the hearing today that they want to work with Republicans to get this legislation done, but there are some sticking points they'd like to be heard on. Capital sources tell me this likely means more behind the scenes work will go into the bill between now and that floor vote happening in order to get more Democrats to vote yes. No date scheduled for the floor vote yet. There's some key moving parts that need to happen between now and the vote, including some coordination with the House side and getting a few more Democrats to sign on. But as a result of today's markup, rules of the road for stablecoins are one step closer to being passed into law in the United States. Guys, this thing's going to happen because of the US dollar geopolitical implication. And obviously, it's going to boost innovation. It's going to change the way we do commerce, and much more stable coins are going to be part of how we transact, guys. And don't be surprised when your stimulus checks, and I'm not saying I'm in favor of stimulus checks, but government tax refunds, whatever, it will all be in stable coins. That's what's coming. PPP loans and all these things, all the nonsense that took place during 2020, right? With people scamming the government, stealing money and all that. It'll be a thing of the past because we can track where the money's going now via stablecoins, right? It's all on the blockchain. So, guys, this is so bullish. And as I've been saying, many of these crypto startups and crypto exchanges and much more need to watch out, because once these things come into play, the banks are chomping at the bit. They're ready to hit the ground running, as I mentioned about Bank of America's CEO making those statements. So incredible stuff. This is so bullish. And Senator Hagerty, he tweeted out, "I'm pleased to see my Geniss Act successfully pass out of the Senate Banking Committee with bipartisan support. This legislation is a critical first step in establishing a safe and pro-growth regulatory framework that will unleash innovation and advance the president's mission to make America the world capital of crypto. I look forward to seeing this bill pass in the Senate in the near future and ultimately signed into law by President Trump." You know Trump is going to sign it, right? So, guys, this stablecoin bill will make it faster through all this process, even more so than the market structure, because, once again, of the geopolitical implications and the implications with the US dollar, of course. Now, even though you had bipartisan support, Elizabeth Warren had to, throw herself in there. And, she tried to kill this thing from happening, and she was trying to cite SBF and Sam Bankman-Fried and his big donations and so forth. And it's like, what? And Caitlin Long says here, oh, the double standard. Like, Sam Bankman-Fried gave a ton of money to Democrats. Don't get me wrong. He gave to Republicans too, but the majority was Democrats. We saw Maxine Waters blowing kisses to the man, right? Taking photos and much more. So Elizabeth Warren is such a hypocrite. Gosh, he's such a hypocrite. But, what are you going to do? That's how some of these politicians are: greasy, slimy, lying, hypocritical people, right? But ain't no stopping this train. The genie's out of the bottle. And this thing is, part of the strategy to, once again, maintain the US dollar as the world reserve currency. So she ain't stopping it. But, she's going to say her bullshit over and over and whatever. So just want to let you guys know about that. Now, Circle's CEO Jeremy Allaire weighed in, and, it's really great to hear from someone who's actually issuing a stablecoin here. He says, a massive move in Washington today. The Geniss Act passed out of the Senate banking with a strong and bipartisan 18-6 vote. This is a huge step towards providing regulatory clarity for stablecoins and a huge step towards upgrading and making the dollar more competitive. Absolutely. All right, guys, moving ahead. MoonPay acquires stablecoin infrastructure firm Iron in a deal worth at least $100 million. So more stablecoin news here. The acquisition is comparable to Stripe's acquisition of the stablecoin platform Bridge, and MoonPay's financial services will now include enterprise-grade stablecoin offerings. Guys, you see what's happening here? These guys are not investing this money to lose it. There's some people out there saying this is all a fad, a Ponzi, magic internet money, a scam. Yet you have governments embracing it, the largest financial institutions in the world, banks, stock exchanges, and much more, embracing the technology, building with it. And you have these mergers and acquisitions that are happening because people are trying to do a land grab here, get as much market share as possible. So they mentioned Stripe's acquisition. If you guys recall, that was like about $1 billion deal. Why would Stripe pay for that for a stablecoin platform? They know what's coming. The token economy, guys, everything running on the blockchain. Where the government, the economy, the market's running on the blockchain. As mentioned earlier, what Larry Fink said, tokenization is the future of finance. They're going to put all of this stuff on the blockchain. Stocks, securities, commodities, real estate, it's all going on the blockchain. So don't miss what's happening here. And like I said, these guys are not doing this for fun. They want to make money. They see what's on the horizon and they're trying to get their share of the pie. Now, Aave, I don't hold the token, by the way, but Aave targets institutions with real world assets in New Horizon initiative. So Aave Labs has launched a new initiative called Horizon, which focuses on institutional adoption of DeFi through real world asset products. Horizon is expected to generate new revenue streams for the Aave DAO, Aave Labs set. So Aave is a DeFi driven protocol, And now they're targeting institutional adoption. So DeFi is the future, decentralized finance, right? You will see a lot of middlemen get cut out. Banks and all these folks are going to use DeFi. And because of the global nature of crypto, where anyone around the world with an internet connection can participate, it's going to open up a lot of new markets, right? Secondary and tertiary markets and much more, and borrowing and lending on different assets as they become tokenized. So if you're tokenizing real estate or artwork or something, whatever, that then opens up the door for DeFi for those tokenized assets, where whether it's borrowing and lending or whatever it is, right? This is something that has not existed before on a global level. So these guys see that, and the institutions who have a lot of assets and are going to be tokenizing a lot of stuff, just like BlackRock, they're going to start to participate in DeFi and say, okay, you want to get a loan or you want to borrow money, you want to do this, whatever, we're going to help you do that. So don't be surprised, BlackRock and these banks and so forth, they're going to do it, guys. And smart move by Aave for doing this. And once again, I don't hold a token. Some of you may do, but it's very interesting what's happening. Now, final news item. There's a bit of a rumor going around that the Trump family held talks for a stake in Binance, and that Changpeng Zhao, also known as CZ, urged the president for a pardon. So this was being reported by the Wall Street Journal, but CZ came out this morning and put the rumors to bed here. He said, "Sorry to disappoint. The Wall Street Journal article got the facts wrong. More than 20 people have told me they were asked by the Wall Street Journal and other media, can you confirm that CZ made some deal for a pardon?" They probably asked hundreds of people to have 20 people reach out to me. In essence, they tried hard to make a story to report. Fact, I have had no discussions of a Binance US deal with, anyone. No felon would mind a pardon, especially being the only one in the US history who was ever sentenced to prison for a single BSA charge. Feels like the article is motivated as an attack on the president and crypto, and the residual forces of the war in crypto from the last administration are still at work. I'm always happy to make crypto great everywhere, US and the rest of the world. It's good to see that even the Wall Street Journal thinks I should be pardoned with a smiley face. So it's pretty much a lie. CZ coming out and saying, hey, this didn't happen. The Trump family didn't try to buy Binance US, and I didn't cut a deal to try to get a pardon. Although he's saying it'd be nice to get a pardon, but just want to let you guys know about that because that's been some FUD. And this is why you can't just read headlines, mainstream media and so forth, guys. And unfortunately, the majority of people out there do, right? They don't go actually do their research. Like I've been talking about it, right? You have to go beyond the Jim Cramers and the mainstream media and do the research for yourself. You got to read the white papers, read the projects, look at the applications, who's building, what's happening, right? Versus the Wall Street Journal with a sensationalized headline, Trump tried to do this, or crypto is this. And unfortunately, a lot of people get fooled by that, and they have to take the next step. So count yourself lucky and pat yourself on the back if you take that next step to go beyond the noise and say, let me investigate this for myself and apply some reasoning and common sense in looking at this technology. And does it have real world application? Is it here to stay? Is it disruptive? Are actual companies building on it, right? Now, we know they are. We literally started off talking about BlackRock, but the majority of people are not paying attention. They just think, oh, I see the comments sometimes. I see this thing is a Ponzi. This is a scam. This is right. And unfortunately, they're going to miss the train, a lifetime opportunity to make significant returns. And I'm glad I'm here, guys. I feel lucky and blessed to be here and to understand what's happening. Honestly, crypto opened up my understanding about how the governments and the central banks actually work and how the economy works. I often talk to you guys about global liquidity and debasement of currency and how all this drives asset prices. Unfortunately, a lot of people, they get caught up in political narratives, mainstream media narratives versus actually researching and understanding these things. So once again, count yourself lucky, guys. Well, folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. And a great way you can support me, guys, is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's on Substack, 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And if you want to expand your crypto knowledge, guys, check out my new comprehensive course at mycryptocourse.com. This covers every aspect of crypto. And best of all, what makes it unique and different from any other crypto course out there, it has expert commentary. You will hear from founders, CEOs, institutional investors, and much more, breaking down the different aspects of crypto. You pay a one-time fee, you get lifetime access. You can go at your own pace, share the login with your friends and family. Guys, this is packed with value. It has videos, full write-ups, and downloadable materials as well. So if you'd like to learn more, go to mycryptocourse.com. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.